Here is a quick practice that you can do on yourself to align your chakras. Start with your crown chakra. I release any blockages or stagnant energy from my crown chakra. I release any stagnant or blocked energy from my first eye chakra. I release any blocked or stagnant energy from my throat chakra. I release any blocked or stagnant energy from my heart chakra. I release any blocked or stagnant energy from my solar plexus. I release any blocked or stagnant energy from my sacral chakra. I release any blocked or stagnant energy from my root chakra. This practice could be done 3 times, I suggest, in a row. Anytime you feel blocked or stagnant, go ahead and do this practice. You will feel so much better. Uncle Jastaneb.
These are chakra affirmations I created for myself and want to share with y'all. Do what you will, but right before I meditate, or if I'm meditating, or whatever time of the day I feel like I need to realign, I start down here at the base, at the root chakra. I am safe. I am grounded. Make my way up. I am balanced. I walk in my power. I radiate unconditional love. I speak my truth. I see things for as they are, and I am connected to the divine source. Affirmations for every single chakra.
They're just feelings. They're just where you feel the feelings. Everyone gets so spiritual and almost cringy. It scares people away. We need a practical explanation for all of this stuff because it's very useful for navigating your life. What's traditionally referred to as the chakras are just where you feel feelings, certain feelings in your body. If you've ever had a breakup before, you feel it right here, your solar plexus, when someone leaves you. Anxiety and excitement is felt here. Gut feelings is someone acting weird. That's right here. Are you aroused? Do you get attracted to somebody? Obviously, that one's there. Everyone goes through feelings. They have a polarity, a good and a bad. Just try and nail it in the middle. It's pretty simple. The blue one, that's mental. Have you ever had brain fog? Have you ever had an idea and you know exactly how to do it? That's the other side of it. Light blue, speech. Have you ever been choked up? You don't know what to say? Have you ever had a night where you can't stop talking? Personality is molded and shaped by how you navigate these pathways. Each experience is a process in the physical evolution, and over time gets translated into wisdom for conscious evolution. Navigating this path correctly can give you a much better outlook and roadmap for how to go about your life. From youth and ignorance to maturity and wisdom, there is a process, and if you know the steps and the general themes of that process, life becomes a lot easier. My first book, Codex and Geometrix, both go really deep on this. I was never a fan of the guru side of this, so I tried to tackle it in a rational way, like my dad would. If one of your parents was a male, you qualify for the sale I'm having. You can find it in the link in my bio where all of these books are available, even the physical copies. There's also a discount code in the description.
The ones that are blessed are the ones who are peaceful and meek and who actually arrive at the top chakra.
Listen to him. He's trying to tell you how to activate the chakras.
Good way to activate the chakras is to call their names. Starting from the bottom chakra, Lam, L-A-M. Then Vam, Ram, Yam, and then Hum. Then Om, and then silent. So, Lam, Vam,
You
Ram,
got to do this
Yam,
work. Nobody can do it for you.
Silence. Those are the 7 chakras. And it's interesting that you've got the word Lam for the bottom chakra and Ram for the solar plexus.
If you really want results, you got to do the work.
In Sanskrit, it's pronounced Ram. So
use your voice.
To activate.
Use feeling.
To chant the mantra. So when you use your voice, you're using the most powerful tool.
You got to say it with feeling, though. You can't just say it. Concentration and feeling.
The voice brings it out. The voice is sound. The vocal cords are Horus, the larynx is Osiris, and the lungs are Isis.
The voice is vibration.
Isis, her husband, the larynx. Isis is the lung.
If you don't want to open your throat chakra, then skip this video because it will definitely ruffle some feathers. Your throat chakra is blocked because the system has been designed to punish and shame people that speak their truth. You were born to see and speak your truth. And if you repeat the following words, you'll return to this state right now. Place your hand on your throat and repeat the following words. Thank you for protecting me when I didn't know my true power. I hereby absolve myself of all punishment and guilt. Speaking and living my truth is my greatest protection. Other people's resistance to my truth is not my problem to fix. I reclaim my freedom and free my voice. So it is done. Take a deep breath and make a deep sound. Repeat this for 7 days and watch your life transform.
Here's why you want to stop using I am for all of your affirmations.
I am is a powerful statement, and it's a foundation that we'll build on. Let's ground that confidence at the root. I am confident. Moving into our gut area, I feel confident. Into your solar plexus, I have confidence. Up into your heart, I love my confidence. Up to the throat, I speak confidently about myself and those I love. Up to your third eye, I see my confidence in everything. At your crown, I know I'm confident. And there you have your energy-aligned affirmations. Follow for more.
The 144,000 is a vibrational frequency that you tap into when the chakras align. A good reflection, Santos Bonatti even points out how when you look at the chakras have petals around them. The root chakra has 4. The sacral chakra has 6. Solar plexus has 10. Heart chakra has 12 petals around it. Third chakra got 16 petals. Third eye chakra got 96 petals around it. When you add all the chakras, the lower chakras together, you get 144 in total. The crown chakra has 1,000 petals around it. When you multiply the sum of all the lower petals beneath the crown chakra, multiply that 144 times 1,000, you get 144,000. So when you as an individual, as a divine being, rise up through the Kundalini and activate your chakras to the crown chakra to where you vibrate to the frequency of love and alignment, this when you vibrate to the frequency of the 144,000 chosen ones. It's not about a particular number of individuals, you know what I'm saying? No, it's about a chosen frequency, a vibrational frequency that you tap into through vibrating to the frequency of love. When you vibrate to the frequency of love, this is when you activate that enlightenment. You become the Illuminati.
You're not wasting your sexual energy all the time. It begins to be used for spiritual ascension. So when a Kundalini awakening happens, that energy literally starts to be borrowed by your cerebrospinal fluid, and your cerebrospinal fluid starts to bring them up the spine towards the brain. And then this is where Amrita comes in, where after enough time in the brain, you'll start to experience a fluid dripping down the back of your throat. So it's literally this energy that Kundalini starts moving upwards that is upgrading your nervous system to a higher frequency level, to a 4th density level. And that's why people who go through a Kundalini awakening, psychic powers start to awaken usually. The heart chakra powers of empathy and really potent intuition, that just starts happening for people. The only reason that you're able to have those psychic abilities is because your nervous system has been upgraded. So that's really what Kundalini is. It's a neurobiological transformation that takes place in response to putting a demand spiritually.
What chakra would you have to tap into to do anything dealing with water? Third eye. If you want to cause tornadoes or you want to use those elements, you got to throat chakra. Anything dealing with the earth spirits, your heart chakra. You want to connect with the plasma energy? You're going to have to go solar plexus chakra. You want to use the fire? You're going to have to go sacral chakra. All right, in your meditations. But when you meditating, remember, you got to have a deep understanding of what each finger represents. Because then that's when you get deep. You feel me? That's when you be like, you know what, I'm going all fire. Feel me? I'm going all fire. Feel me? You can meditate just like this. You can meditate just like this. Because you understanding what these phalanges represent. That's a more advanced level. They ain't gonna show you that on no graph or no nowhere. You go like this. You can touch it.
Part 1 of the chakra
gratitude,
and dimensional
love,
shift
peace,
chart.
and chaos to the entire soul tribe, man. How y'all vibrate, my galactic family. Everybody with a high vibration for tapping in. How you doing? I love y'all. My bad, the gas was gassing. But this post is about how there is 330 chakras. A lot of people are just basing, on the 7 chakras that everybody covers. But as you can see on this chart, that's just third dimension. But that's all right, because we're shifting out the 3rd into the 4th, 5th, and so forth, way beyond that, right? So we're going to get into these ones that a lot of us might not cover, because I know a lot of us are past just our crown chakra. A lot of us been putting that work in. So let's get to it. We, of course, know your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your soul or your solar plexus chakra, throat chakra, your third eye, your pineal gland, your crown chakra, your halo. We all know those. We work with those. Our best to have those vibrating high, right? We all know the colors that represent them. Your rainbow spectrum, that's why you see them everywhere. For me personally, this was like 2017 when I noticed these next set of chakras, right? Which would be when I was vibrating in the 4th D. When you hit your seat of the soul or your dark night of the soul, you become a light body or in tune with your body of light. Integration of polarities, right? Having polarity. Christ consciousness. I know that I tapped in with that, right? I work on our secretion oil. It's things we work on for that. Manifest vibratory communications, right? When we start manifesting things, speaking things in an instant manifestation, a divine plan, or coming into terms with your soul purpose, right? Aligning yourself with your walk, right? Staying true to yourself. And those colors would be emerald green or purple, blue green, pearl essence, pink orange, gold, violet pink, blue violet, and golden white. Watch the matchup though. A lot of us are here right now. And as you see, 3 and 5th D. Where are we talking about? Everybody's saying 5D. If you vibrate in the 5th dimension, you're experiencing ascension as a universal or multi-dimensional being. Universal light. Your aura is shining, right? A 6D divine intent. You're intuitive. Your intentions is set. You're in tune with your higher self, right? Universal energy. You're tapped in with source. You know how to communicate with your ascended masters, your spirit guides, your higher self. You're astral projecting. You're dreaming, you're lucid dreaming. Your powers are coming online. Your beingness or oneness, right, family? Divine structure, having self-discipline, changing up your diet, things like that. This part 1, we're going to get into part 2, so stay tuned with me. Much love, family. Ashe.
Attract anything by opening your 7 chakras. To open your root chakra, just say, I am safe, secure, and grounded in the present moment. To open your sacral chakra, just say, I embrace my creativity and allow my passions to flow freely. To open your solar plexus chakra, just say, I am confident, powerful, and in control of my destiny. To open your heart chakra, just say, I am open to love and I give and receive it effortlessly. To open your throat chakra, just say, I express my truth with clarity, authenticity, and ease. To open your third eye chakra, just say, I trust my intuition and see beyond what is visible. To open your crown chakra, just say, I am connected to the divine and I embrace the wisdom of the universe. These affirmations will open and align your chakras. Take a deep breath and feel the balance within. Carry this harmony with you as you move through your day.
I'm going to realign all of your chakras in under 3 minutes. The root chakra helps ground you and gives you a sense of security. Think of the color red. Let go of fear and insecurities. Say, I am always grounded. The sacral chakra is your sexual and creative energy. Think of the color orange. Let go of unnecessary desires and smile. Be creative today. The solar plexus chakra is your confidence and self-esteem. Think of yellow. Say, I'm always motivated and fulfilling my purpose. Get some sunlight as well. The heart chakra is the biggest and is about love. Think of green. Say, I love myself and I will treat others how I want to be treated unconditionally. The throat chakra is about truth and communication. Think of blue. Be truthful to yourself and others at all times. Be loyal. The third eye chakra is about intuition. Think of indigo. Be in the present moment. Meditate and go with your gut instinct when you are healthy and chi energy is flowing properly throughout your body. The crown chakra is about God realization. Think of purple and white. Imagine divine light coming down from the cosmos. Now that you've balanced all of your chakras, you just had a glimpse of self-realization, love, and light.
So it's 2 a.m. right now, but let's talk about the 50 chakras and the 36 major chakras and what it has to do with your ascension. So grab a notebook, popcorn, your brains, whatever, and let's learn. Now, first, we're going to talk about the 36 major chakras, which is in the 7 levels of initiation that I was talking about in my last video, right? So the first level of initiation, as I was talking about in the last video, is completing the first body, the densest body, which is the physical, living in the 3D. And this is the first 1 to 7 chakras. Those are only the first 7. And the last chakra is your crown chakra, right? So this is the 7th chakra. Now, once you complete your physical body or your first level of initiation, you move on to the next chakra grid, which is in the 4D chakra grid, but you're in the 3D. I hope this makes sense. But the second level of initiation is the 4D chakra grid, and you move on to the next 7 chakras, because now with these, you have to anchor these. So this grid replaces the last grid. And anchoring it is basically moving this energy down to your feet and grounding it into the earth. So now you're basically having a new higher level chakra grid being introduced, and with your old one, it's moving down into the ground through your feet. So boom, you complete the second level of initiation and you move on to the next chakra grid, which this is the 5D chakra grid, but you're living in the 4D, okay? And you move on to the next 7 chakras. So these 2 are anchored down, right? So now your crown chakra, you anchor the 22nd chakra, and so on and so forth. And these are the first 7 levels of initiation, right? And this would be Kundalini awakening, as it's like mastery of your physical body. And this is when all your chakras become a column of light instead, and it combines with the rainbow bridge. And this is what causes the Kundalini awakening. Now, you can't go past the 6th dimension with the physical body. You literally cannot. Meaning you could still access this with the physical body here, but it could only be through the astral plane or the dream state. Only these, okay? Because these are no longer in physical existence. Like, you cannot have a physical body in these chakra grids. So as you move in each level of initiation, you anchor the last grid. So how do you anchor it? And I'll get into actually anchoring it in the next part, but this is basically what an individual chakra would look like. And there's 7 chambers. So as you move down, it gets smaller and more difficult. And your ascension chakra is connected to your hypothalamus, which is in the back of your head where you would put your ponytail up. And since it's connected with the hypothalamus, what blocks this chakra? Alcohol, babes. This is the biggest thing that affects your hypothalamus. So it literally is a direct block to your ascension. But yeah, part 2 for anchoring your chakras.
Physically, you can look this up. We have something called the endocrine system. The endocrine system is what's responsible for, the distribution of hormones in our bloodstream. And what distributes these hormones is specific glands within the body. And you have 7 of these glands within the endocrine system. So every chakra literally has a physical organ that you can look at in the body. And not only does it have a physical organ, you can look up what hormone it secretes and what it regulates. So it regulates your metabolism, it regulates your blood pressure, it regulates your mood, it regulates your testosterone, your reproductive hormones. So when you want to talk about chakras, you have to or when you talk about anything in spirituality, it's usually like that. There's usually a metaphysical side and there's usually a scientific side. And so just don't lack the knowledge, do deeper research.
Our cosmic body is an electric transmitter, and you are a radio receiver. Let me explain. The 22 chakra system consists of 7 chakras that are tied to the earth grid, while the remaining 15 make up our cosmic body. When one has reached full enlightenment, the cosmic body chakras are then activated, constructing the cosmic body transmitter that links to our solar system's wireless power transfer system.
Your sacred energetic space is the emulation of what's taking place with you mentally, physically, and spiritually, because it's tethered connected to your auric field. So if your room is a mess, your life is a mess. If your house is a mess, your life is a mess. If your car is a mess, your life is a mess. See, your home is not just a physical place where you sleep. It's actually a mirror reflection of your aura. It's a mirror reflection of what's taking place in your reality. Every object in your motherfucking house holds memory, every corner holds a frequency, and every pile of clutter holds a stagnant energy. See, when it comes to order, order is the personification of balance, because when you don't have balance, that causes a chronic imbalance. When you go to the Moorish proverb, if your home is out of order, the whole civilization is out of order. If the whole civilization is out of order, the whole universe is out of order. So when you clean up things, there's a reason why you feel good as hell, because that is the embodiment of the reset. When your sacred energetic space is chaotic and messy, that is the recipe for unclean power and delayed purpose, which is basically the foundational blueprint for failure. So like I said, if you want things to change in your life, you got to change up your frequency. When you change your mind, you change your vibration. That vibration becomes magnetism. When it comes to elevation, it operates on a pragmatic energy. You can't be worried about the esoteric knowledge in the Anunnaki when you got a sink full of dishes and you got trash all over the goddamn house. So you have to be very meticulous about your ascension process. You have to fix yourself internally before you worry about other things that's basically external.
Your body isn't blocking energy, it's protecting signal. Chakras aren't symbols, they're regulators. Root chakra, base of spine, governs safety. Locks down when threat is constant. Sacral chakra, emotional fluidity. It lets life move through us, or doesn't. Solar plexus, your voltage center. Action, fire, cortisol, drive. Heart chakra, coherence field, syncs brain, pulse, and perception. Throat chakra, vagus tone and truth. When blocked, expression dims. Third eye, perception and pineal, melatonin, meaning, gamma waves. Crown chakra, light input, vertical axis for field awareness. You don't open them. You restore the rhythm they reflect. That's regulation, not magic.
The following film shows the human energy field radiating outward from the body. It dynamically changes based on the physical conditions, the feeling states, the motivations of the person, in interaction with energy radiation from objects and living things. The existence of the human energy field, or the aura, was validated and studied by over 12 years of high-frequency recordings in my laboratory at UCLA. This film shows the field not ordinarily seen, but now visible through computer color enhancement. Wherever there is motion in the universe, there is increased flow in the field that humans interact with. See the explosive activity from the waves and from his body. Also, the electromagnetic field of the body is negatively charged or ionized, as are waves or tumbling water, which further expands and heightens his field, giving a physical exuberance and emotional excitement. No wonder that a day at the beach is so exhilarating and vitalizing. This scene of mother and son is also unstaged. See that as the child moves into the mother's field, the affection between them changes the overall field to a pink color. Individuals' fields blend and enhance when there is a warm, caring relationship. These energy fields are the largest and the whitest that we have shown. She is oming. On the breath inhalation, the radiant field diminishes, and on exhalation, it expands and envelops the child. We have known for a long time that Gregorian chants, oming, humming, singing, and whistling create an energy which perks up emotions and brings an expanded consciousness. See the dull radiation from the body of this man eating junk food. All of these foods are lifeless in vibration. They are dead and quite inert, unable to reproduce life. These do not feed the energy field. The vibrations are low in frequency and small in amplitude, providing only calories and chemicals. Without life-giving electromagnetic energies, the man's energies remain dull and small. Refreshes us. From our research, we have discovered that living plants and rarefied atmosphere provide a richer field of negative ions, which heightens and replenishes our own energy field. Notice that the man's field becomes light in color and high in frequency. It sparkles and radiates some distance from his body.
Most people who study chakras know that there are, they say that there are 7 primary chakras within the body. There are actually 15 primary chakras. All right. The 7 that most people refer to are within the body. And I'm not going to cover those extensively tonight because there's a tremendous amount of written material on those. You could, Barbara Brennan's books are wonderful on that. She has a book called, what is it? Awakening. One of them is Awakening the Light Body. Hands of Light is the first one. This will give you an excellent analysis of the first 7 levels of the bioenergetic field and the chakras and how they work. What we're concerned about tonight are going to be the higher and lower chakras. There are chakras that run down below our feet, and there are chakras that run up over our head. Now they are connected to the main 7, but they are not secondary. They are also primary chakras. Now with our level of development, a lot of these chakras have not been what they call activated yet. They are there, they exist, and so do the levels of awareness that go with them. But they have not been plugged in to our DNA. They have not been plugged into our crystal bodies yet. We didn't build in the Kelon codes. All these energy fields are composed of Kelon codes and Partakai. In order to have them activated within the body, those Kelon codes have to be plugged in to the Kelon codes of our 3rd dimensional, 2nd dimensional, 1st dimensional body. We haven't reached that stage of evolution yet, but we can change that, and we can start to accelerate the process of evolution and the process of spiritual expansion and biological evolution by plugging in the Kelon codes from these outer fields and from the fields that extend beyond us. Now, the main chakras that I would like to teach you about tonight, I'll show you our numbering system. We follow the basic 7, like most systems of chakra analysis do. You have the first, which is the base chakra, the second, which is the sacral chakra, and it's around down in here over the reproductive organs somewhere. And up here would be where your navel is. And around here is the solar plexus chakra, is the 3rd chakra. Okay, and that, I'll get into what they apply to in a minute. 4th chakra is the heart chakra. That connects to your astral body. And the 5th chakra is the throat chakra. And I'll get into what that connects to in a minute. The 6th chakra is what a lot of people call the 3rd eye. And once that's activated, that's when you start to be able to perceive and get a visual interpretation of the faster pulsating energy fields of the higher dimensional identity. And that's when you start to see the chakra system and those kind of things and other things too that live in the higher dimensions. It's not just your own chakras that you see. Alright, this is the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, which brings energy from the extended auric field down through into the body. And the base chakra pulls it in up through from the earth. Alright, now up above the head, here, I have the 10th chakra. I have an 8 and 9, right? Okay. 8 is actually not manifested yet, but it's one of the things we're activating. The 8th chakra will manifest between the 4th and the 5th chakras, and we're working on that activation now. The 8th chakra runs at an angle from here up through your head, intersects with the pineal gland, and comes out somewhere at the back, right around the back of the head. All right, this is an important chakra because it connects you to the frequencies of what's called the galactic core, which is the center of the 15-dimensional matrix. It connects you to the level of identity that you were before you entered manifestation at all within the dimensionalized system. All right, the 9th chakra runs at almost an opposite angle, where its base would be at the base, right around the base of the skull here, where it hooks onto the neck, and it runs through. It goes through the pituitary gland, and it runs at an angle and comes out right up around here somewhere. They actually create like an X-type formation of energy, and that gets into some more complex energy structures that we won't go into. So 8 and 9 are there. We're going to deal with 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Because these are the primary ones that bring the energies from the highest dimensions into the physical body. Right now, most people do not have the 10th chakra activated. It's there, it's dormant, and when you see it with higher sensory vision, it would look like a little kind of a clumped up ball of energy, where once it's activated, it opens up into a circular formation of energy where you can see current spiraling through it, and it changes color and it gets brighter with higher sensory vision. So what we're going to work on is activating, or bringing all those from a little clump of closed energy, opening them. And when we open them, it allows the frequencies from the higher dimensions to come in. And they will come into the lower energy fields. They'll come in from here, come into these fields, and then start coming into our body, which will help us build chelons. And it will help us activate the rest of our crystal body, expand our DNA, the whole bit. Okay, now, the 10th chakra connects to the 10th dimensional frequencies. It's very simple in their numbering system. They did it that way on purpose. So, you could remember very easily. The base chakra connects to the first dimensional frequencies, the second, the third, the fourth, which is the astral level, okay, the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. They all correspond to the dimensions that they're numbered after. 10th chakra, 11th chakra goes to the 11th dimension, 14th chakra, which actually 13th is down here, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. 14th chakra is considered the origin point. It's the first point of projection when you entered what they call the time matrix. That is the dimensionalized system that gives us the illusion of matter, space, and progression through time. Before that, we existed as pure consciousness in something called the energy matrix. And then we entered the time matrix, and it gives us this experience of separation and dimensionalization. The 14th chakra and the 14th dimension are the point at which we were originally projected. It's where the whole pattern of our morphogenetic field for identity exists. And this includes not just us, but also others in what I call our family tree of consciousness, because we are connected to others. Some people call it reincarnation, but it's really simultaneous manifestation. We're all existing at once in the field of time, pulsating at different rates. But at the 14th chakra, when we activate this, we bring in the entire pulse of our identity. We can't bring the whole thing in. The physical body can't hold that. The physical body can only hold the frequencies of D12. Okay? But when you activate the whole line of them, and this is what we want to do, I want to do a meditation tonight that will begin that process of opening and activating them. You create an energy link that goes from the 14th all the way through you, through the earth, around and through the 15th dimension, which is actually, if you went through the earth, you're standing here, if you went through the earth, came out the other side and kept going, you'd be way out in space, right? So actually the 15th chakra is way out in space, but it's perceived as going through. That's why you put it below the feet. It's actually through the earth core, an energy field that comes up, through the earth core and through the bottom of our feet and works up where the 14th is coming down. What the energy fields that these create, the 14th and the 15th, the 15th creates a spiral of energy going up this way. The 14th creates one going down this way. It's two counter-rotating spirals of energy, which some people call the Merkaba. All right, this is an energy field that, if you can learn to spin it the right way, holds the key to demanifestation, to teleportation, and to control over matter, being able to control the matter of our bodies. So the first step is becoming aware of what chakra centers are involved in this and beginning to activate them. You can't activate overnight or you blow your body up, because the body has to grow into the ability to process higher frequency. Sometimes people do this like spontaneous combustion thing, and scientists go, wow, how did that happen? Sometimes it happens because too much energy came in from their own unified field, from their own auric field. And sometimes there are glitches in this, and when that happens, it speeds up the molecules so fast that they either explode or implode. I'm not sure which it does, but it does one or the other. It breaks the pattern apart. When that happens, it fragments your crystal body. Completely fragments it into little pieces, back into like D1 and D2 pieces. So activations do take time.
Behemoth
have a
speaks
chakra
on the
system in
chakra
your
system.
body. And these are 9 wheels of consciousness. 7 wheels of consciousness. There's like 160 chakras, but 7 major chakras, just like there's 7 African powers. Now, what has happened here to give you a scientific element of what's going on so that you can clear this up so you don't have to go and be trying to holler at somebody and they laugh at you and they don't want to hear that shit. Because your family will beat you down and niggas in the street will beat you down. You're going to try to give them a message. Now, had you around here crazy. Now, the chakra system, the lowest chakra is your sacral vertebrae. That's your root chakra. And that's where the majority of the people's consciousness is, on the root chakra. So the only thing that they can get down with is desires. What feels good, what tastes good, what smells good, what looks good, what sounds good.
Yeah.
You see, the basic senses. You see, on that particular level, they are called the automatons, which means automation.
Okay.
They moving, but they ain't, they're brain dead. You see what I'm saying? Now, you don't even get into this particular consciousness that you can partake to understand what things is until you're radiating from the heart chakra. You see, the heart chakra. That's why the Egyptian, the heart scarab was the most important. Even when you died, they'd throw the brain away. But it was the heart that they preserved. Because that's where your true self is. But you got to radiate from the heart chakra and then you elevate on into the pineal gland. But most people's consciousness is in the root chakra. On the 5 senses, the animal level. They can look pretty. They can have a PhD with a degree. They tell you it's only a degree of information. You see what I'm saying? You know, a degree of information, it has nothing to do with a person's behavior, whether they're conscious or not. You see, it has nothing to do with what a person wears. It has something to do is where they incarnated down here on a certain level and they are radiating above the root chakra. And I guarantee you this right now. Even if some of you all just coming into consciousness the last couple of weeks or the last year, I'll guarantee you, you always felt special since you was a baby. Now, I've been asking that question in my lectures around the country for 16 years. And I asked everybody, how many of you all always thought that you were special? And the whole room always raised their hand. You didn't know what it was. You see what I'm saying? But you thought it was special. And you always had a thirst for something that you didn't know what it was. And it was this knowledge. Let me give you an example. When I was in college, I was standing up one time. I had finished school. And I was standing on the college campus with one of the coaches. We got to be good friends, one of the basketball coaches, Coach Holmes. And he said, well, how do you feel, man? You educated yourself. I said, man, I don't feel shit. I didn't know at the time. I told him, I thought when I came here to this university that when I left, I was going to have some kind of knowledge. I didn't know what the knowledge was. All I know is when I went through for 4 years, I didn't have shit. I knew I felt empty. Now it was a couple of years later that what I was missing, I realized, was knowledge. You see what I'm saying? But I knew something was wrong. You see, and that's what it is. You always thought that that something was missing, and that's why. That is because you were gravitating above the root chakra. So it's a waste of time to think you're gonna go to a person that is on a certain level in the root chakra. You see what I'm saying? And try to raise that person up. It ain't gonna happen. Now you say, well, damn, that's kind of messed up.
It's a good job. I'm in a great mood, been meditating, taking care of myself. I hope y'all been doing the same thing. Today I just want to chop it up with y'all about the 7 points of chakra. Not everybody is familiar with the 7 points of chakra or your 7 points of energy, whatever you want to call it.